So in this lecture we will discuss the problems of portal frames with sloping legs. In sloping legs, that is frames with the sloping legs, all members, both columns and beams, will sway. Now we will solve one problem so that we can understand better. So analyze the portal frame shown in figure. The end A is fixed and D is hinged. And this is 3 meter horizontal projection of AB. Vertical projection of AB is 4 meter and BC is of 3 meter length, and horizontal projection of CD is 3 meter, vertical projection of CD is 3 meter, and UDL of 5 kN per meter. Then all the members are of the same, we have the EI constant, like EI, okay. So the frame will sway. So we have two steps of analysis. One is non-sway analysis and another one is sway analysis. First, non-sway analysis. As usual in non-sway analysis, first we have to calculate fixed end moments for each span if the span has external loads or span loads. So first we consider the span BC, because span AB and CD have no external loads. Therefore we have to consider only span BC here. Span BC has UDL over the entire span. Therefore the moment caused by that UDL at supports is equal to WL squared by 12 and with no proper direction. That is anti-clockwise moment in support B, clockwise moment in support C. And the value of that moment is equal to WL squared by 12. Therefore, fixed end moment at BC is equal to minus WL squared by 12, y minus because of anti-clockwise direction. So which is equal to minus 3.75 kilonewton meter. Again, fixed end moment at CB is equal to plus, because clockwise moment, okay. Therefore, plus WL squared by 12, which is equal to plus 3.75 kilonewton meter. Next, we have to consider the step of distribution factors, determining distribution factors at interior joints. Okay, we have two interior joints B and C. Therefore, we have to calculate distribution factors at joint B and at joint C. So at joint B, we have two members, that is BA and BC. Therefore, first we have to calculate stiffness factor for each member, that is KBA is equal to 4EI by L. Why 4? Because for end A is fixed at support, therefore 4EI by L. Here L is equal to 5 meter, therefore 4EI by L is equal to 4EI by 5. So length of AB we can calculate using Pythagoras theorem, that is square root of 4 squared plus 3 squared, which is equal to 5 squared. 5 meter. Similarly, length of CD is equal to square root of 3 squared plus 3 squared is equal to 4.24 meter. Therefore, KBC is equal to 4EI by 3, because the far end C is no rigid joint, therefore 4EI by L. Then sigma K, summation sigma K, KBA plus KBC is equal to 32 over 15 EI. Therefore, distribution factor in general DFI is equal to KI divided by sigma K. Therefore, DFBI is equal to KBA divided by sigma K, which is equal to 3 by 8. Next, distribution factor for BC, which is equal to KBC divided by sigma K, or 1 minus distribution factor for BA, because we have only 2 members at the joint B. So, which is equal to 5 by 8. Now, we have to consider joint C. Again, in joint C we have 2 members, CB and CD. Therefore, KCB is equal to 4EI by L. L is equal to 3 meter, but KCD is equal to 3EI by L. Why 3EI? Because the far end D is a hinge support. Therefore, the formula is 3EI by L. Okay, the formula. So, here L is nothing but 4.24 meter. Now, sigma K is equal to summing up both stiffness, which is equal to 649 over 318 EI. Now, we can calculate distribution factor for each member. So, DFCB is equal to KCB divided by sigma K, which is equal to 424 over 649. Next, distribution factor for CD is equal to KCD divided by sigma K, or 1 minus distribution factor for CB. So, which is equal to 225 over 649. Now, the next step is distribution table. So, this is the default template for distribution table, that is joint, member, distribution factor and fixed end moment. So, we have 4 joints A, B, C and D. At joint A, we have only one member originating from joint A, which is AB, and at joint B, we have 2 members, that is BA and BC. Similarly, at joint C, we have 2 members, CB and CD. At D, we have only DC member. And against each member, we have to write the distribution factor. Here, distribution factor is only for joint members, not at supports. Therefore, there is nothing here against AB. Then we have against BA, we have 3 by 8 and BC 5 by 8. Then CB 0.653 and CD 0.347. 0.653 is nothing but 424 by 649. Okay, fractionally I will turn here. So for DC is the hinge support, therefore distribution factor is equal to 1. Okay, now we go to enter the fixed end moment against each member, because we have fixed end moment only for BC span. That means BC and CB we have. All others are 0. So 0 here against AB, M fixed AB is equal to 0, M FBA is equal to 0, M FBC is equal to minus 3.75, M FCB is equal to plus 3.75, M FCD is equal to 0, M FDC is equal to 0. Okay. Now, first we have to look at, in all problems, we have to look at first supports. Whether we have any hinged or roller support. Fixed support, no need to consider. Leave it. First we have to consider only the roller support or hinge support. But we have, in this problem, we have hinge support as a D. Therefore, first we have to balance that D. We have to check whether at a D junction, D joint, we have 0 moment or we have 0 net moment, okay? Net moment or not. But fortunately, in this problem, we have 0 moment. Against D joint, we have only 0 moment. Therefore, no need to balance at that joint D. Joint D is already in balanced condition, in equilibrium conditions. So leave it. Next we have to consider the interior joints. What are the interior joints we have in this problem? B and C. Okay. So we have to balance the joint B and the joint C simultaneously. The same step. Balance in this sense, we have to make it 0. Net moment is 0. Therefore, first we have to sum up all the moments under the joint. Okay, each joint we have to sum up all the moments available. If the moment is non-zero, then we have to apply the same numerical value but in opposite sense, so that we will get net 0 moment. Okay. So the next step is balance, because see, at joint B, if you sum up the moments 0 here, because under joint B we have 2 members, therefore we have to add both the moments. 0 plus minus 3.75, therefore the net moment is equal to minus 3.75 at joint B right now. But the net moment should be 0 in order to be in equilibrium. Therefore, we have to apply the same numerical value but in opposite sense. That is plus 3.75 we have to apply at joint B. But at joint B we have 2 members, BA and BC. Therefore, we have to distribute this plus 3.75 moment to both these members, BA and BC. How to distribute equally? No. This is according to distribution factor. Okay. If the distribution factor is more, then we have to distribute more moment to that member. Okay. Therefore, this is the distribution factor for BA. This is the distribution factor for BC. Therefore, plus 3.75 into 3 by 8 amount, moment will be distributed to BA. Plus 3.75 into 5 by 8 moment will be distributed to BC. So, which is equal to plus 1.41 and here plus 2.34. Okay. Similarly, at joint C also, we have net moment plus 3.75. Therefore, to nullify this moment, we have to externally apply minus 3.75 to both these members, CB and CD, in accordance with the distribution factor. That means 0.653 part of minus 3.75 should be distributed to CB, 0.347 part of minus 3.75 moment should be distributed to CD. Therefore, here minus 2.45 minus 1.30. Okay. So at balance step, we have to keep one point in mind. In balance step, if the balance step is over, and remember, the joints are in balanced condition. The joints are in equilibrium. The net moment at the joints are 0. Okay? But when you balance it, in balancing step, we are actually externally applying some moment, no? Deliberately applying. So if you apply some moment, the side effect is the carryover moment. The half of the moment will be carry over to the far end, the opposite number. Okay? If the opposite number is capable of carrying moments, that means the opposite number or the joint or the support is either fixed support or the intermediate joints. Then only it can accept the carryover moment. If the far end is hinge support, then it cannot take any carryover moment. Is okay? Therefore, the next step is carryover. So, for BA member, we have applied plus 1.41. So, what is the opposite number of BA? Just reverse it, AB. For BA, the opposite number is just AB. So, we have to look at AB. Whether the AB is fixed support or intermediate supports. This is a fixed support. That means it can accept the carryover moment. Therefore, we have to now carry over half of this moment to that point. From here, plus the same sense, 0.70. Okay. Similarly, from BC, for BC the opposite end is CB. Okay. That means plus 2.34 divided by 2 will be distributed to or carry over to the other end, because CB is the intermediate joint. So it can accept. Similarly, from CB, the opposite number is BC, this one. BC is also an intermediate joint. Therefore, half of this moment will be carry over to here. So, see, this is minus 1.23, this is plus 1.17. But here, CD, we have applied some moment. The opposite end of CD is DC. Fortunately, DC is the hinge support. So, it cannot accept any carryover moment. Therefore, no carryover moment is given to DC member. Okay. Now, the carryover step is over, almost over. Is okay? This is the one cycle. Balance and the carryover is the one cycle. So, one iteration is over. And I already told that in balance step, the joints are balanced. That is, the joints are in equilibrium condition. The net moment at each joint is 0. But due to the carryover process, some moments now coming to joints B and joint C. See, at joint B, BC receives some moment, minus 1.23. That means joint B is getting disturbed by this moment only, because up to balance step, everything is okay. So, the extra thing coming to joint B is minus 1.23. So, this is the disturbing element. This is the extra moment we have right now at joint B. Similarly, at joint C, the extra moment is the carryover moment. We have here plus 1.17. Therefore, in the further iteration step, we have to balance only this moment. No need to sum up all the moments. We have to carry over the balance only the carry over moment. Okay. So the next step, balance. Just to carry over balance this moment among these two members, that is BA and BC, in accordance with the distribution factors. So this is minus, therefore we have to apply plus 1.23. Similarly here we have to apply minus 1.17. This is okay. Now the joints are in balanced condition. No extra moment. The net moment is equal to 0 now. But due to balanced process, we have to do the carry over process. The next step is carry over. The same procedure. Okay. That is from BA to AB, from BC to CB, from CB to BC. Same thing. So this steps is repeated. The same procedure we have to follow in each steps. Half of the moment, that is plus 0.23. Here minus 0.38. Here plus 0.39. Again we have to balance because of the carry moment. The joint B and C are getting disturbed. Therefore, again we have to balance only this moment, minus 3.8. That is, we have to apply plus 0.38 at joint B, minus 0.39 at joint C. Okay. So we have to do the same process, balance and carryover, till we get a negligible or insignificant value in the balance system. That time we can stop. So here see, in the balance step we have only just the insignificant value, see 0.0 something. I think we can stop here. Okay. So if you want, you can proceed till you get 0.000, no problem. Okay. But will get some approximate, very near to the actual value. Therefore we can stop at this point. Now we have to calculate the final moments. Just add all the moments under the column AB. Okay, algebraically. So you will get plus 1.0 plus 2.06 minus 2.06 plus 1.89 minus 1.89 and 0. Okay. So as usual, you have to do the cross check. That is between this BA and CB, that is adjoint B. If you add the moments, then it should be 0. That means if we have plus 2.06 here, then here must be minus 2.06. Just the opposite. This is just a cross check at the final moment step. Here also plus 1.89. Therefore, this side should be minus 1.89. This is 0 because hinge support. Fixed support, any moment can be there. Okay. So this is the distribution table for the non-sway analysis. Now the next step is sway analysis. Okay.